Hey guys, Yvette St.Amant here. Okay, so I just popped into my studio here, getting things ready for our new journal, the Boho Beach journal. And I've got all the pages for my journal ready here. I have them laid out. I haven't put it together yet. I do have a tutorial on how to do that. But what I'm going to do is, and I didn't do this in the vintage journal, so I wanted to show you how to do it in this one. I took a piece of craft paper, and this is going to be a quarter flat journal as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and, well, not try, I am going to treat the blank piece of paper before I put it in the journal. And I'm not going to do this to all the pages, but I will be doing it to this page. And what we're going to do is we're going to do like a faux wood, and it's going to be like, sorry here, I'm going over here to grab a brush because I forgot to bring it. My little tools, so I thought I was prepared. I usually have everything at my desk, and I cleaned it up earlier. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a faux wood treatment on this paper, and it's going to be like a whitewashed wood. So we're just going to start. I'm using regular craft acrylic paint, and we're going to be using this medium gray. And then this is a really inexpensive brand, but it's just white, titanium white, or they call this one white. We're going to use that for a wash, and it's going to be diluted with some gel, medium, and water. So you really don't need, actually it's better if you use a cheaper paint because it'll get less, it'll be more translucent, which is what we want. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start by, getting the paint on our surface. And I don't even know why I'm using a brush. That's not what I meant to do, but I just basically wanted to use my palette knife here, so I'll grab that. Just want to kind of cover the paper, and we're not looking to cover, you know, a solid gray. It's okay if there's white in between. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I meant to put my gloves on because I didn't really want to get them all wet. So I just use my palette brush, and then you can go back in with your brush if you want to get some of the white areas, because this is basically just the underlay. It is not what the paper is going to look like in the end, but you do want some areas with, you know, a darker gray underneath. So just kind of go and roughly get some, woo, paper's going all over, gray on there. And it could be, you know, darker in some areas, solid and more washy in others, as you can see with this. It's not perfect, and we're just going to let that dry. Let me grab my blow dryer here to speed things up a bit. Okay, so you want to make sure this is completely dry before you go and do your next coat. So it's very dry. All right, next thing you're going to do is mix. Let me get my nice little ugly pie plate here out for you. Don't use anything fancy here. But I'm just going to put some of this white paint, and I'm going to mix a gel, gloss gel medium with it. So any kind of gel medium that you have, because you want to just make sure, number one, that the paint stays wet when you're working with it. And the gel, especially with the craft paint, will make it more translucent. So what we're going to do Hey guys, I don't know what's going on with my camera or my video camera, but it just keeps cutting out. So we're making this faux wood on the back of the craft paper so that when we make our book, we have texture on the back. So I was just demonstrating how we do that. And we're just mixing a gloss medium here with white acrylic paint. And we had originally just covered the paper with this medium gray craft paint. And you're just gonna, you don't have to do a solid gray over it. Just as you can see, I'll show you here how I just kind of did, like, I used my palette knife, and it's darker in some areas, it's lighter in others. But we're just doing this faux white wood wash. So you mix the gel medium with the acrylic paint, and I'm just using a palette knife. And then you're going to use the palette knife to apply it, and you're just going to smooth it over the whole surface. Now you got to work pretty fast because this is going to start to dry, and then you won't be able to get your texture in. So get all your paint. If you want, do it in sections. That's what I'm doing. So get your paint on. It's okay if these little areas are shining through. We kind of want that. And then I'm using, this is a hair salon brush. I like the gradient of it. And you're just going to pull it through, get the excess off. So just pull it through the entire thing to get the grain. If you want to get some little knots in there, you can come through again, just do a little wave. Do I have a smaller brush here? You can just kind of twist your brush and then continue back, and you will get the knots. I'll show you another way to get a knot too. Okay, so just get your grains, and then just get a stick. You can use a skewer if you want, and you're just going to start drawing your planks. So if you lost your plank up here like I did, you can just go ahead and put it back in, and then just draw your lines coming down, just random wherever you want them. And I'll just put one here in the middle. And then we are going to take our brush and just gently, where we did the marks, pull away just so it doesn't look like we drew a line. You're just going to cover that a bit. Okay, and then you can use your stick again just to go in and, you know, do some knots. You can do a little swirl and just follow the wood grain. Do some bigger wood grain textures that go in opposite directions. Really, you can't go wrong. I mean, every piece of wood is different, and guarantee that your faux wood plank is going to come out way better than you ever anticipated. So don't be hard on yourself. Just know that it's not supposed to be perfect. And really, it is that simple. So this is our faux wood whitewash. And I love how there's little pieces of the gray just kind of peeking through. And then you know, it looks weathered, which is what we're doing, because this is for our Boho Beach journal. So I'm just going to put that aside for a minute because there's another technique that I want to show you. I gotta let that dry. And what we're gonna do is, let me find my piece of paper that I want to use. I'm using this piece of paper that has the words on it, and you can really use any piece of paper that you want. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna use that white paint that we had earlier, and we're just gonna kind of apply a bit of it from the corners with your palette knife, just to kind of give it a little bit of an aged look. And then we're going to do something really fun over top. So I'm just doing a little bit from the corners. Now the book will be folded, so I'll get a little bit in the center. So we see the words peeking through. And then what we're going to do is get a pie plate or something. I've got some white sand here, and we're literally going to get some sand on here. So we're going to use, I've got this actual gel textured medium. But I know that not everybody has it, so I want to show you how you can make your own. Just get your gel medium, gloss medium. We're going to put some on the pie plate here, and then we're going to add our sand to it. And that's the great, and I have a really coarse sand here, but that's the great thing about these mediums, is just you can mix anything with it. I'll probably need some more of this. Okay, and seeing that, I just realized I'm working on top of my, okay, so there we go. We've got a nice, coarse, sandy gel medium, and the gel's gonna literally go on clear, so you won't see it. But we're going to take this and, ooh, we don't need the pie plate. I thought we were going to do something else. And we're just going to apply it to the surface. And it is going to be thick, and it's going to be sticky, and it's going to be gooey, but that's okay. Just kind of play with it. Now, my suggestion here is, because if you're working in a quarter flat that you've already put together, such as this, you don't have to worry about this. But because I haven't put the pages here and I'm just working with paper, just try and keep it to like the outside corners, because we're going to fold it here and we don't want to try and get through that hard sand. But this is going to be a page in our art journal, and it's super neat. I mean, this is totally perfect for our beach, Boho Beach theme. Having actual sand put in the pages, and it'll all be ready to go. And I'm just putting it on the outside because I want to leave room for my art and work when I do get the pages. So I'm doing a lot of experimenting here to show different techniques that you can use in your art journal. And when I go to do the actual Bohemian Beach journal, I might do this again in the page just so you guys can see. I'm trying to do it ahead of time because this can take a little bit to dry, and if I do a video when the day comes where I want to do the journaling and I've applied this, I can't really do much else until it dries. So, oh gosh, I'm so loving this, you guys. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I love the beach. I grew up around the water. I'm a swimmer. I was a lifeguard for 10 years, and so I'm so excited to be doing this journal because it's completely up my alley. So I'm just kind of estimating this is the middle, so I'm not, you know, gonna go too crazy in here, but I really just did kind of the outside there. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is just, whoops. I don't know if you can see that, but the yummy texture, that is just going to add such a neat element to our Boho Beach journals. So I'm going to let that dry. Our other paper is drying. Let me just put them side by side. These are the two textures that we did today. And I hope you adore them. And I just literally did them on the back of cardstock that I'm going to use within the journal. So, and this one has nothing on the back, but I'll do something when the time comes. But I just wanted to show you guys this technique because I'm going to be using it when I do my art journal with me tutorial. So I don't want you guys to like take a peek and you're like, what? Where'd you get that paper? And you missed the tutorial. So here it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys try it and post in the comments your pictures of your journals because I'd love to see how yours turned out. All right, we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.